Sup guys, Bjorn here. I hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to another weekly Vault Ramble. This week it's the second week of Shadowlands Season 3 and hopefully it's going to be a really big Vault week because we have all of the bosses available obviously in Sepulcher for the first ones, in the actual Vault as well, so we can get some tier chests, some tier shoulders, and I have stacked my vaults really stacked because I wanted to get some tier gear. So hopefully all of the playing this week, all of the grinding and no sleeping will be worth it. I have 3 vaults this week. One of them is a very small one on my hunter. I managed to again just sneak into a 12. On the other characters I do have some real stacked vaults. I think I have like 8 and 6 slots, so hopefully those should see some tier gear. Today though we're gonna start with what's happening this week, because there are a few important things. First of all, Zereth Mortis flying unlocks. So if you guys want Zereth Mortis flying, you'll need to complete this achievement, and the only one you couldn't do before this week is the last one, A Means to an End. That is just done by completing the 6th chapter in the campaign in Zereth Mortis, and that unlocks this week obviously. This week in Mythic Plus is a tyrannical volcanic raging week, so this is again a pretty easy week, actually pretty good week for a tyrannical week. So if you want your score, if you want your score achievements, you should definitely knock out 15s this week, preferably all dungeons done on a 15 level if you haven't done those already on tyrannical, because that will allow you to either, if you've done the fortifieds last week, you can just get the score achievements now, or if you do the fortifieds next week, you can do the tyrannical ones on a bit of an easier tyrannical week, because since this is an easy tyrannical week, odds are probably the other tyrannical weeks coming up are gonna be pretty nasty, so I would definitely knock out some tyrannical keys this week. Okay, with that out of the way, let's move on to the vault, and we'll start off with my hunter. Here again I only have 1 slot sadly. I did contemplate doing 2, but I was like fuck it, it's just gonna be a 252 piece and I'm not really playing that much on my hunter. In terms of what I want, I would obviously really want a 278 weapon, or just any tier piece would be absolutely fantastic. So I could also just waste my bad RNG here obviously, that would also be fine. So I mean, it's actually not too bad. The stats aren't terrible, and I am replacing a socket, which is a little bit unlucky, but at least it's not another piece of hands. Another piece of hands would have been pretty sad, so not too bad. I'm just gearing up my hunter slowly this patch with a vault so far, and once I've got maybe a 2-piece, I can start doing some more content on him. Next up we have the Warlock, and here I've got a pretty stacked vault. I have 6 slots and I have full 278 here, and on the raid I did clear a lot of heroic bosses, so there should hopefully be some really good tier gear in this vault, if I'm not unlucky obviously, which could happen. Now, in terms of what I want, there's a few different things. A 278 ruby would be a really good thing if I can't get tier pieces. If I do get tier pieces, I would prefer shoulders, chest obviously, those are really nice, or just a piece of legs would honestly also be really nice at this point. Otherwise, a one-handed 278 weapon, obviously a two-handed 278 weapon doesn't really matter, just any weapon would also be kind of fine, or really good honestly obviously, but other than that, I'm not really hurting for too much gear, so I would really hope for a tier piece here. That would be really insane. I do already have the 2-piece, so if I could get 1 piece here from the vault, another piece in raid today maybe, that would be very nice. So shoulders and chest, please come to me, RNG gods. This is gonna be good, right? Yes, that is a tier piece. That is a tier piece. That is a fucking tier piece. Let's go. Let's go. And I have a 278 one-handed weapon as well. This is gonna be wow. I have some really nice stuff here. That transmog. Is this where I picked this replicated relic blade just for the transmog? I mean, that looks sick to be honest. Where does this drop from? I need to check this in the adventure guide later. That is amazing. We have a chest piece, and that's just fantastic. Like, this chest piece is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy I got this. This is great. Wrists, there's no way I would ever take those. That's a shit waste. 278 gloves, no thank you. So it's between this weapon and the tier piece. Now, I already have a 262 weapon, so there's really no there's really no, yeah, there's no choice here. I would definitely just go for this chest piece. That's amazing. That makes me very, very happy. And I'm thankful to you, RNG gods, for blessing me with this vault. I will never upset you again. And now I'm a little bit elated because of that Warlock vault. We haven't even gotten to my biggest vault yet on this Shaman, and the Shaman has been pumping lately. I've been gearing him up quite a lot. He's almost 260 already, and I haven't got any tier gear despite clearing normal, despite clearing raid finder, despite trying my very best to even pug some heroic bosses. But yeah, it's really not happening, and that's why I'm really hopeful that in this vault here, I have 8 slots. I should be able to get at least 1 tier piece here. So wish me the best of luck. I think this Shaman is gonna be able to land at least something useful in this vault. Maybe a 278 100 would be insane as well, or just any tier piece. Any tier piece. Any tier piece. I know it's a little bit much asking for 2 tier pieces in 1 week, Blizzard, but can't hurt, can it now? Ooh, is that a one-hand weapon? Okay, okay, we're gaming. These are useless. Elegy of Eternus normal with leech. I mean, it's definitely not something I would take. We have a tier piece. Okay, so we have tier hands or a 278 weapon. Wow, this is a lot more difficult than I thought. I mean, this ring is not something I would take probably, even though it's really, really good stats. It's very BiS, honestly, actually. This ring is incredible. But it doesn't have a socket. I could add a socket later. Oh, this just got very convoluted. These stats aren't too bad. And this has leech as well, but it's a 252, and it's also replacing my only good slot so far. I think I'm gonna be a bit of a yikes person here and just decline this tier piece. Might piss some of you guys off, but honestly, these are hands. I'm gonna be able to get them from my normal clears. I'm probably gonna be able to sub this Shaman in on some heroic Lehuvim clears. Otherwise, I would just be able to pug heroic Lehuvim, and eventually Lehuvim is also gonna come into the raid finder. So I don't think I would prioritize 252 hands, honestly, over these 2 BiS pieces here, because after all, I don't have any tier gear so far. It's not really gonna be a massive upgrade instantly, and this character is not a character that I would necessarily really need tier set on, because I'm not really main raiding on it currently. So in this situation, I think I'm just gonna politely decline this 252 tier set here and take... I mean, it's gotta be this weapon, right? The ring is good, but the weapon is just such a big upgrade. And 100 is really hard to come by as well in 278. I mean, a ring is probably gonna show up in my vault at some point. Yep, I'll take the 100 here. I think I'm gonna be pretty happy with that. It is probably one of the best things I could have possibly gotten from the vault, except maybe a 278 tier piece in any of the good slots. I'm very happy with this. This has been a very good week all in all. I'm happy that I did all the content that I did. Paid off for once. And I hope you guys had a good vault this week as well. I know the vault... I'm really struggling here. Let me take a sip of water. I know the vault can sometimes be a really dogshit system, right? You don't get what you want multiple weeks in a row and you just feel like you're getting absolutely cucked by Blizzard. It doesn't feel fun, especially when the only way you can actually get these 278 pieces is through the vault, right? Even for me, who Mythic raids, although be it at the very casual level, the only way I can actually get my hands on 278 gear early in the patch is just through the vault, right? There's no way to get it in Mythic Plus, there's no feasible way for me to get it in PvP because I'm just too bad, and even if I was that good, it only scales to 272. The Mythic raid is very difficult to do this early, even the first or the world first guilds are kind of struggling, so getting 278 loot from there isn't really feasible for most players either. And you can argue that that's the way it's supposed to be, right? That 278 loot, it's very hard to come by. And I agree, that's a fun feeling. It's very rewarding to finally get your 278 loot, but it's not as rewarding when that comes every single week in the vault and you just feel completely obsolete beside that, right, when you're talking about your own gearing situation. So that is definitely something I don't enjoy. It doesn't feel great to have to do all of this content on every single character from week 1 in order to keep them geared throughout the patch, right? The only reason that I'm doing 112 on the hunter so far every week, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to do like 115 every week. I could probably do that now already, but it's hard to get into 15s as a 250 character right now. So, and I also don't have any IO score or anything like that, so I shouldn't really get invited either way. But yeah, it doesn't feel great to have to start doing those keys only for the weekly vault every single week just to stay relevant later in the patch when everyone else has that vault gear just stacked up over multiple weeks. I really feel like Blizzard should add some more catch-up systems, like maybe uncapped valor or valor upgrades being a little bit higher item level, or maybe you could send gear that you get in Mythic Plus to just your alts, or you could just do a variety of systems, right? Maybe if you're behind on vaults, you get a bit better rewards or more vaults each week, or whatever the system could be, to just help people catch up a little bit more. Anyway, I hope you guys have fun this week. I hope you guys go unlock Flying in Zereth Mortis ASAP, so you can be a little less annoyed in there. And yeah, enjoy the Tyrannical week, pick some good single target talents, and have fun in the raid. See you guys next week. Bye bye. Huh? Oh, you're still here. Well, I'm sorry. I think you should probably go and check out a video maybe over here or somewhere here. You can even subscribe down here. That would be really, really nice. I would highly appreciate that. I'm gonna go snort some more lines. See ya.